So we'd been dating for 4 months. I took him to Lawson's in Morven to try that peach lemonade, and it made me really sick, and it's never done that before.
Yeah.
We went to my house, nobody was home, took 2 pregnancy tests.
When I came back and walked into the hallway, and she was sitting on the floor in like the fetal in tears, and I was like, that's when it hit. It was like, whoa, stuff just got real.
It was like the summertime. It was like, hey Mom, can you come to Lizzie's? And I was like, okay, what's going on? I walk in and they're both sitting on the floor in the hallway crying. And I was just like, what's happened? And Kandler said, we're in trouble, Mama. And I said, what do you mean? And then Lizzie had the pregnancy test and she said, I think I'm pregnant.
She kind of asked us what we wanted to do, and we both said abortion.
Yeah.
Because there was like no way that...
It was the easiest thing.
I mean, we didn't want anybody to know. We didn't want to mess up our plans. We were scared of what people would say and how fast it happened. And
a low spot.
Yeah,
it's a low spot.
we weren't married. That was the biggest thing. Like, I was raised that that's not the way it was supposed to be, so yeah, it was abortion.
I was actually at work, and Elizabeth texted me, I think, and said, I need you to come home. And I just knew something was wrong. I didn't know what.
I told her I had to tell her something. I was in tears, and she asked me if I had failed a class, if I was dropping out of school.
And I said, are you pregnant? She said yes.
And she just hugged me and said it was going to be okay.
I wasn't as upset until she started crying and said, I'm not going to have it. Holly and I decided to get together and develop a plan. And so I told her about options now. And I said, we'll take them there, get an ultrasound, and they'll change their mind.
We had already made the appointment and everything to go to Jacksonville. So she said, just before you go, will you please just come try it? So we made an appointment and we came, and they both came with us.
I didn't want to walk in there and everybody just
like
toot my horn and
perfect,
act like
yeah.
I didn't want that, and that's not how it was at all. It's straightforward and it's, relatable. When people really understand, they really want to know and they really talk to you.
They really want to help you.
It was real.
So I did the pregnancy test and it was positive. I wanted to have an ultrasound before I went through with the abortion, and that was just kind of like an eye-opener for the both of us.
I reckon the thought that he or she at that point was there, it was there, but it was clouded by, that's not part of the plan. That's going to be, your life's going to be nothing, that's going to make it too hard. You're going to live in a small town the rest of your life. So then whenever I seen it, I realized that what I was thinking wasn't right.
We still did go down to Jacksonville.
We had stopped talking. He actually didn't even stay at our house the night before they left.
I remember that day being dressed in sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I didn't go to work. And I laid on the bed and I cried, and then I'd kneel down beside the bed and I would pray, then I'd get back up in the bed and I would cry. It was totally out of our hands. Elizabeth's stepmom and her dad was with her, and her stepmom was texting me a lot. And she would tell me small things that she had said, or that kind of gave her a sign that Elizabeth wasn't going to go through with it.
I was driving, she was sitting there, and we really weren't talking. And I think it was either her or me. One of us just said, is this what you want to do? And then after that, it was a 2-minute conversation. And we're like, well, let's just, let's go ahead and get here, tell them we're not doing it, turn around and come back.
So we got in there, and then I decided, well, I'm just going to still do the ultrasound.
You felt like you were a lab rat in a lab. Like you walk in, it's real tight, there's a bunch of people in there, and you just sit and you wait. It's not,
everybody's going through the same thing.
It's not a place you want to be.
I came back out and sat with them, and that was when my dad looked at me and was like, I can't sign it. And I said, don't worry, I'm not going to make you. I told him that I didn't want to do it and that it was okay.
I knew that if I said I didn't want it, most likely she would just go along with it. I knew that if I said I wanted it, she would just go along with it. All I had to say was, or I'm second guessing this, and that from then on it was done. To hold her was crazy. Just to see
yeah,
because it was the coolest thing was we had already started picking hope she has this. I hope she doesn't have this, you know. And she came out and she had my
She was
nose and
big.
everything. It was just like, whoa, like you look a lot like me. But then I was like, you look like her. And then she was there.
her own,
It was
her own
crazy.
person.
I feel like you have those moments in your life where you see that God answered a prayer, or that you're reminded that God's in charge, but then life goes on and you can forget those moments. But with Brooklyn, we can't forget it because she's just there to remind us.
It just makes you think of God's promise. She was meant to be here, and that's why she's here.
God's got a plan, and He doesn't reveal that to you. I mean, it's just it happens, and don't make decisions on the fly, because I have no idea what type of person I would be right now if we would have went another route.
I mean, the ultrasound, seeing that, because I mean, you can.
We
I mean,
can't
saying
say-
I'm pregnant's one thing, but then like getting in
Yeah.
there and seeing it and seeing her, that completely changed everything.
I mean, when you say it's like a sanctuary, it really is. Because it's a stressful moment when you come in here. And I think about the other families coming in here. It's very peaceful when you're here, and the way that you're greeted and talked to. The ultrasound and then the support from the people here, the classes that they would come to.
The rest of our lives, we'll do everything we can to keep this place going. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, if it helps one person, you know, that was
It's worth it.
yeah, and every
And it helped us.
way.
So if it can help us,
It can help
I know
anybody.
it can help other people too.